Hello you all, and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video. This time I'm going to show you everything I made, cooked, baked on a Sunday. You're going to love it just as much as I loved eating it. If you have not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my plant-based inspiration. So the day before, I had set some sea moss out, and this is wild crafted sea moss that I made into a gel all on my own. So I set out a cup of it, and then you let that soak and let it soak for a good amount of time, and then ended up like rinsing it out and blending it into a gel. So super cool. I will link that below so that way you can try out your own sea moss. It's so beneficial for thyroid health. This Motivate Greens, I just got this and I'm trying it out in my morning beverage. And so it's all the greens, all the fruits, all the green goodness, just like a little scoop of it right into my drink to add a little bit of extra yummy greens and nutrients. I'm all about putting good nutrients in our body first thing in the morning. And then of course I had my scoop of Earth Chimp plant-based protein. The flavor is amazing and it's got tons of strands of probiotics. You have to try it out. Take my word for it. I promise you'll love it. So I'm blending up my morning drink, and look at my cup. My friend got this for me. Isn't it beautiful? It says, "You are magical." It's like the most beautiful little affirmation to read on a cup, and it's so big. I like my mugs nice and big, just like I was with my coffee before. I'm the same way with my drinks that I drink now. If you don't know, I've replaced coffee some months back. And so I made a smoothie for Berkeley. I made it with Earth Chimp plant-based protein as well, and some mango, some beans, and some other things, some frozen kale, get all the nutrients in there. She also had some oatmeal, and this is just oatmeal, hot water with a little bit of maple syrup. And I did add plenty of flax seeds and healthy fats to her smoothies. And so she likes now, currently, the way that she likes to eat is on my nightstand, and she has her little tablet propped up, and she was eating her breakfast. And I got inspired to make a yummy banana oat bake. And so it was 2 cups of, I use old-fashioned organic oats. It's very important to buy your oats organic if possible because they are highly sprayed. A little bit of applesauce and some plant milk. I use normally kinds that I get like at the store when I'm baking. And then a little bit of, I use imitation vanilla. Instead of regular vanilla, I don't cook with regular vanilla. I added some blueberries in. And my bananas, I've de-thawed them first because they were frozen. And so I'll share about that with you later about how that turned out. But so here it is. You just mix it together. You guys, this is so easy, so simple. I mean, literally so easy. And I just took the mixture and put it into a pan. Now my oven is preheated to 350 here. And so once I just get it all in my little dish, and then I should have said dish, not pan. And then I soothe it out with the spoon, and it looks like this. And it tasted, the mix was so good. So good. And there's no added sweetener. There's not even any maple syrup or anything in this. And so that's baking for 20 minutes. I have my little challenge going on where I eat extra veggies at every meal. And so I had lots of broccoli. And after my 20 minutes, I took it out the oven, and this is what it looks like. And Berkeley and I will soon be sharing it. And I'm eating my broccoli first because when we fill up on our veggies, especially green veggies, it helps you to feel more full, more satisfied. So we don't necessarily overeat on other stuff. And so I do follow the Starch Solution. I do follow the maximum weight loss plan. And so that's why I do that. And so here's my bowl of the oats. Look how beautiful this looks. I promise you, it tasted so good. Is that so good?
Why tastes like it?
I don't know what made this so good. I don't know if it was the fact that I defrosted frozen bananas to use for this that made it sweeter. Oh my gosh, it's so good. There's no maple syrup added to this. There is no sweetener added. It's just, oh my gosh, the blueberries, like, I have no idea. I think it's the fact that I defrosted the frozen bananas first. Maybe it brought that sweetness out, the sugar out in them. I don't know. So good. So we're outside. We had a nice time grounding outdoors, and Berkeley even set her feet down on the ground with me, and it was really nice. I'm a firm believer in soaking up that nutrient from the earth. It's so helpful. It helps me not to respond in certain ways or react in certain ways in situations. It's just beneficial. I promise. Look it up. So I'm showing you my grocery haul here. I got some little oatmeal cookies for Berkeley that are perfect for breakfast or for snacks. I got some butternut squash to make some soup, some more veggies. Got some bananas because the ones I have are all super green. I like them yellow and with tons of spots on them. I got a jambalaya mix for a dish I'm going to be making, some frozen okra, got some turmeric and ginger shots here. These are great preventatives to take, and if you're having anything in the throat or sinusy going on. Also the sea moss is excellent for that too. That's why I have my batch of sea moss. I got a red bell pepper and 2 green bell peppers, also some veggie broth. That's an oil-free brand that I like to get. And yeah, I just wanted to show you everything that I got. I got a whole bunch of these alkaline waters. I love to drink alkaline water or authentic spring water. I got some more apples and some more of that oat milk since I'm waiting on my Joy oat milk to come in the mail. And I'm going to be making a veggie. It's either jambalaya or a gumbo. The recipe says it's gumbo, but I've been told it looks more like a jambalaya. So anyways, it called for a lot of red kidney beans, but they accidentally in my grocery order sent me an extra can of navy beans that I was going to use for a different dish. And so I just used 2 cans of kidney beans, 1 can of navy, and beans are beans, I used some fire roasted tomatoes, and then some Rotel. I think it called for 3 cans of these. And then I started to cut up my green bell pepper. Now, I love making meals in a crock-pot. Crock-pot meals are so awesome because, you're just literally chopping up veggies, or if your veggies are pre-chopped, or if they're frozen or whatever. I love meals that are not complicated, things that are not too many ingredients. Some of you have related to this in the past, but if I can find a recipe where it doesn't look like there's a ton of instruction, my brain is just wired to see that as overwhelming. And so over time, I've had ways where I try to look at it and be like, okay, maybe it's not that big a deal, or maybe these instructions aren't hard, but I'll find myself rereading them over and over. But if I find it's an easy recipe where it's just plain cut and dry and it doesn't look too overwhelming, then it's like, boom, I make it happen. And crock pot meals for me, or any type of one pot meal, is great. The only thing with the crock pot is you're waiting for longer. And everybody's jumped on that Instapot bandwagon, but I haven't done that yet. And I'll tell you why, because I've heard that the Instapot is difficult to understand or comprehend, or all the settings can be complex. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to mess with it. So maybe those of you who use an Instapot can tell me differently. But yeah. Anyways, so I am making this awesome dish and I'm mixing everything together. You saw I had some okra and then my tomatoes and my beans, and there was also some water that I used, a cup of water. And so I just mixed it all in the green bell pepper, of course. And so I'm mixing it all together, and that's gonna go on high for 3 hours in the crock pot. And so towards the end, I'll be adding some more ingredients, but I'll show you here in a little bit. Once we get to that point. And I wanted to show you that I am waiting on my mushroom supplements to come in the mail and my other stuff, but today I'm going to be taking a B12. This is the B12 that I've taken ever since I was pregnant with Berkeley. I believe in this brand wholeheartedly. I will link it below so you can try it out. I snacked on an apple while waiting for the food to get done, as well as an apple. If you can't tell, I am an apple and banana girl all day long. Why? Because it's easy fruit. I can pick it up and just eat it. I don't have to cut it up. I made me another drink, and this is Earth Chimp, and had some matcha powder, some cacao, and some oat milk. And so here it is after it's all heated for 3 hours, right? This is our veggie gumbo / jambalaya, whichever it is. And I'm going to be adding 2 boxes of the Zatarain's jambalaya mix. So this is rice with seasonings and things like this. And I'm going to take both of the packets and add it in and mix it in real good. And then this is going to cook still on high for an additional 30 minutes. And so I've made this before, maybe you guys saw, but it was such a big hit, and this makes so much food, and I get to bring it for leftovers all throughout the week. And it's amazing, and I'm so grateful for meals like this. I love it when there's plenty of food. I love leftovers so much. Here's the finished product. Look how beautiful this is. Look at all the veggies and the rice and the beans. This is everything you need in one dish. Like this is it. So I'm gonna scoop it all up, make me a big bowl. I do want to point out that I'm also here in a bit going to be heating up some cauliflower rice because I'm doing my challenge where I add extra veggies to every meal. So even though there's veggies here, I'm adding even more veggies to help to bulk out my meal. It helps with it helps just if you're in maximum weight loss mode through the Starch Solution, it helps to lower the calories of what you're eating if you just add more veggies. So it's awesome. It's worked for me and I'm really loving it. I made some tofu for Berkeley. She loves sliced up tofu in low sodium soy sauce. This girl loves her some tofu. She eats it like another kid would chicken. So here's some broccoli. She didn't want her broccoli today. She ate some with me earlier though, which was cool, but she didn't want her broccoli. And that's okay. I don't force any food on her. She had some smoothie left over from this morning since she ate a big serving of oatmeal and just a little bit of her smoothie. So she had some smoothie left. And here's my rice cauliflower that I told you about that I heated up and put in my bowl. I've also got some herbal tea here, and I've put in a little bit of sweetener with some oat milk, and that tea tasted so good. And I'm ending my evening with some yummy drink. It's got some cacao, some earth gem, and what else was in it? Just my oat milk. It didn't have as much in it, some maple syrup. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tagging along with me for another What I Eat in a Day video. This was fun baking and cooking and getting to show you all the yummy dishes I made. If you want to support my channel further, you can always go to buymeacoffee.com. Follow me on Instagram. If you don't, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you guys.